Hello, and welcome to my channel where we're doing the full book of Samuel throughout the month of October for my birthday month because 31 chapters, 31 days, one chapter a day. My name is Brandon Wheeler. I have a straw in my mouth because I had heat stroke or some heat incident thing happened in the army. Can't talk right now, so I bite down something. Sounds like this, that. So it's just something I use to help get by and everything like that. So, moving on. We are in chapter 18 of 1 Samuel. Join along if you wish to join. And it came to pass when he had made an end of speaking with Saul that the soul of Jonathan was knit with the soul of David, and Jonathan loved him as his own soul. Not Saul, soul. And Saul took him that day and would let him no go more to his house, as his father's house. Then Jonathan and David made a covenant because he loved them as his own soul. And Jonathan stripped himself of the robe that was on him, and he gave it to David, and his garments, even to his sword, and to his bow, and to his girdle. And David went out wherever Saul sent him, and behaved himself wisely, and Saul sent him over the men of war, and then he was accepted in all the sight of the people, and also the sight of Saul's servants. And it came to pass as they came, when David was returned from the slaughter of the Philistine, that the women came out from all cities of Israel, singing and dancing, to meet King Saul with tabrets of joy and with instruments of music. And the women answered one another as they played and said, Saul has slain his thousands, and David his 10,000s. Some sort of song. Saul was very wroth, and the saying displeased him, and he said, They have ascribed unto David 10,000s, and only ascribed thousands to me. And what more can he have but the kingdom? And Saul eyed David from that day, from evermore. He's going like this. It's like that thing Jim Carrey did in that series of Unfortunate Events movie. Remember that? Going like. That's what Saul was doing. And it came to pass on the morrow that the evil spirit from God came upon Saul, and he prophesied in the midst of the house. And David played with his hand as at other times, and there was a javelin in Saul's hand. For he said, I will smite David even to the wall with it. And David avoided out of his presence twice. So he has a javelin in his hand. He's like, twice, seemingly. And Saul was afraid of David because the Lord was with him, and he was departed from Saul. Therefore Saul removed him from him and made him his captain over 1,000. And he went out and came in before the people. And David behaved himself wisely in all his ways, and the Lord was with him. Wherefore Saul saw that he was behaved himself very wisely, he was afraid of him. For all Israel and Judah loved David because he went out and came in before them. I gotta switch real quick. It's not working. I gotta switch, it's doing stuff. And Saul said to David, Behold, my elder daughter Merab, her I will give you to wife. Only be valiant for me, and fight the Lord's battles. For Saul said, Let not my hand be upon him, but let the hand of the Philistines be upon him. And David said unto Saul, Who am I, and what is my life for my father's family in Israel, that I should be son-in-law to the king? But it came to pass the time when Merab, Saul's daughter, should have been given to David, that she was given unto Adriel, the Mahalathite, the wife. And Michal, Saul's daughter, loved David, and they told Saul, and the thing pleased him. And Saul said, I will give him to her, that she may be a snare to him, and that the hand of Philistines may be against him. Wherefore Saul said to David, Thou shalt this day be my son-in-law, in the one of the twain. In other words, that one didn't work out, but you will be my son-in-law with this other one. And Saul commanded the servants, saying, Commune with David secretly, and say, Behold, the king hath delight in thee, and all his servants love you. Now therefore be the king's son-in-law. So someone spoke these words in the ears of David, and David said, Seemeth to you a light thing to be a king's son-in-law, and seeing that I am a poor man and lightly esteemed? In other words, I ain't got money for this. I have to give a dowry. That, if you don't know, at least in the old days, this is a practice. It's still done in some countries, but it's not really something done here in America. But you're in a way kind of purchasing the bride in a way. You're giving money to the family. It's not really something we do in America, but this is something kind of done all over the place in different areas. Like the Quiet Man movie. There's a little bit of that for that reason. Kind of. In a way, but you know what I mean. And the servant Saul told him, saying, On this matter spoke David. And Saul said, Thus shall you say to David, The king desires not any dowry, but 100 foreskins of the Philistines to be avenged of my enemies. You want 100 foreskins? What? But Saul thought to make David fall by the hand of the Philistines. And when the servants told David these words, it pleased David well to be the king's son-in-law. The days were not expired. In other words, he went out quickly. Wherefore David arose and went, he and his men, and slew the Philistines 200 men. And David brought their foreskins, and they gave him in full tale to the king. That's kind of disgusting. It's like, you kill a dude, you take his foreskin after he's dead, and you bring it in full tale. He's like, yeah, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's like, are we really counting that out? Are we really doing this? 11, 12. Ugh. I don't know. Oh, man. Oh, boy. And they gave him full tale to the king. They might be the king's son-in-law. That's a weird picture. I'm sorry. It is. And Saul gave him Michal, his daughter, to wife. And Saul saw and knew, tongue twister, that the Lord was with David, and Michal, daughter Saul, loved him. And Saul was even more afraid of David, and Saul became David's enemy continually. Then the princes of the Philistines went forth, and it came to pass after they went forth, then David behaved himself more wisely than all the servants of Saul, so that his name was much set by. Oh boy, a lot of things happened, and Saul getting jealous, the song, and the foreskins, like, sing a song of that, people. It was like, Saul has slain his thousands and took their foreskins. David has slain 10,000 and took their foreskins. It's silly. It is. It is. It's just kind of like, hey, it's Saul's idea. I don't know why Saul came up with it. He's like, oh yeah, do that. I'm sure. And David's like, weird, but I'll allow it. I'll do it. He does it. He does it in double. He's like, see, I only got 100. I got 200 just to prove my point. And it's just like, why are you the way that you are? This just makes no sense. I don't know. Different culture, different times and stuff that you're dealing with people. That's just how things were. So you can't always put a modern day view on stuff. But that was this. And we move on. All right, we'll see you in the next one tomorrow. Goodbye.